Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Nasdaq and SPX price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. So let's see what happened in Nasdaq today after our live stream today. We saw a move, of course, toward the upside within Friday, of course, and we saw, of course, a simple gap after it with the market opening here, and we see, of course, continuation for higher prices. Today, I mentioned we might take one more high here before potentially start to drop for lower prices. If the price simply continue for higher and higher, that means, of course, something very strong bullish sentiment is unfolding over there. It might be even a zigzag, so we gotta be careful. A very strong zigzag toward the upside, which it can be finishing here a three ways up for more complexity. So we gotta be careful, but don't forget that highest possibility for us, based on our, of course, analysis today in the live stream, is the ABC running flat, finished in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 expanding diagonal. Therefore, it can be, of course, something very bullish unfolding already for higher prices. However, the wave 2 is invisible yet. Like we have wave 3, 4, 5, a 4, and a 5. And we don't see even yet any kind of retracement toward the downside. We see simply continuation for higher. And that means, of course, it's a very strong bullish momentum here is unfolding for Nasdaq, which it might be, of course, a very strong for bullish and for buy here. So yeah, I would say be careful with it, but of course, the things looks very bullish already so far, and we're very close, of course, to see something maybe exploding still. And despite whether it is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, or something like an ABC, it can be an expanding flat still, or it can be simply a corrective wave B here and then moving for wave C later on. So everything is possible. Don't forget that this is a very complex structure right now because, of course, what happened there. But yeah, still, of course, right now, I'm still looking for something for higher, probably. Even if we dive a little bit deeper, it might even unfold again. Another wave B, or probably a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a new high. So the things are a little bit shaky, I would say, but it's not very clear. What I prefer to have here is at least a correction. And with a correction 0.58, then I make sure, okay, the things are clearer and that we move, of course, in a potential 1, 2. But we have to be careful from a zigzag here, of course, unfolding toward the upside. Probability also says can, of course, finish kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here and then dropping down. Also very likely. Yeah, so uh, the problem is with the wave B potential here, and because of the complexity, it is somehow very risky right now to make a real good decision for the Nasdaq and the SPX. Unfortunately, yes. So, but still, of course, the things look in a strong momentum. The same for SPX, as you can see. We have an ABC potential running flat, and in this case where you move toward the upside without any kind of retracement, again 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 potentially here in double 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 and a 5. Well, this becomes right now very very impulsive somehow, in a case that this is a wave 5. But don't forget that if it's gonna end up like just a small wave 5, maybe one more high, it can still drop, of course, for a wave 2 or for wave B, meaning you finished an impulse here, A, B, and a C, or a 1, 2. Now, it should be a drop. Honestly, it should be a drop before continuation really massively toward the upside. I'm expecting kind of like at least a shallow drop here, at least 0.23 for a wave B. So the things can still, of course, can still be much clearer in the next phases, but I believe we need a drop, we need a correction, just to get sure where are we and what is this wave that it is unfolding. Because so far this wave is not clear. It looks like boom, just like that, guys. So it's still not clear for us unless, of course, it is simply very bullish, right? Very bullish momentum. Yep. So the things are still, of course, to be watched. We gotta be careful, be precautious with it, of course, and trade safe. That was it for Nasdaq and for SPX 500. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.